November. And I thought, wow, Marty, I said, I've done some repairs since I retired, which was in 2001, but I haven't done anything since I taught here. So he said, well, we're not interested in that. We'd like to see your old stuff. This old guy is showing old stuff. My ideas, actually originally I was just trained in jewelry making. In fact, I'm displaying the showcase as the first thing I ever attempted in metals. A little simple thing with a jeweler saw. They had what's called an 8-aught plating. It's so fine that with my eyes now I can't even see what direction the teeth go. I have to feel what direction the saw brings. And that's the first thing I ever did in metals. I started at K-State as a metal craft or jewelry major, but jewelry is, you're working so tight all the time that I really found myself leaning towards sculpture also. I like the fact that you make it larger, you're not tied up like this working all the time, and in a sense I had more gratification working in the larger scale. Sculpturally, I like doing things that you don't really associate with human experiences. I like taking cow bones from a cow, a jawbone, and seeing what I can do with it sculpturally. And when I do that kind of thing, I don't just really jump into it. I kind of let the ideas ferment for quite a while. And in that approach, in fact, there's one sketch on that one table toward the front that kind of shows some of the ideas that I was exploring before I committed myself to that little guy, and I call it flossing. I envisioned originally two guys with a butt saw going back and forth, and actually that's more like flossing, isn't it? And they're on high stands for doing it. I envisioned using an excavator, digging this thing out. I mean, I explored all kinds of ideas for that, and some of the others on display in the gallery. Normally, I'll go from kind of something very complex, and then I simplify. Reduce it to just a one little guy, and that was a bronze casting, and putting it together. I use army soldiers for the characters, but it's like most of you people wouldn't know Dahmer, the mass murderer that cut his victims up. That's what he said. Well, that's what my bench looked like. I cut these guys all up, and I position the arms how I wanted them, and arch the back, and then I fuse it all back together, carve off the belts and what have you, add more wax to it, or I want them to look more like me, whatever, and that's the approach I took, and then I cast them in bronze or brass or whatever. So the series where I'm using the rope, birth twins in there, that's called a monkey's fist knot. And I have explored so many different directions with that I could still kind of go more as far as what can be done. To learn how to do it, they show you using your hand, and you wrap the twine this way, and then you go this way, until the thing forms a nice tight knot. Well, mother used to be a nice tight knot, but like all of us, when we get older, gravity starts pulling us closer to the ground. That's what's happening with mother. She needs to be lifted. Perhaps after we migrate to the gallery itself, if you have any additional questions, feel free to try to field your queries. But thank you very much for coming today. It should. You know, it's hanging up, but then it would fall and start over again. When it is falling, turn this off. This has exposed circuits, so I can't leave it plugged in for the little ones. They'll charge their batteries. What will happen is the energy from that dropping drives obviously these gears. This top one, I don't have the cogs on it yet, but this is your escape wheel. And when it catches a paddle, this will have a drive shaft going through. It catches the paddle, and the flying pendulums will do this. Then it will unwrap. It'll catch a bottom cog. This isn't balanced, so it won't do it properly. But it'll keep working back and forth like this. If you see, I could stay there all day and watch this thing.